Hey, can you introduce yourself to the people?
My name is Dolores Johnson.
Perfect. Can you tell us a little bit about your childhood growing up in Greenwood?
Um, I am the baby of 17 children. My mother is Ruth and Tom Johnson. I have lived here on McLAURIN Street for 57 years. 57 years. And altogether, we have been on McLAURIN Street for 66 years. And McLaurin to me is love. I've always grown up around the people from McLaurin Street. It's loving people. We looked out for each other. I can see my mom now going from one block to the next, Miss Dorothy Thomas.
It was a beautiful community. You know, we could play from one end of town to the other. And it was during an era where if you saw a person's child doing something, they live Mayberry. Because the black community was self-sufficient. We had our own hospitals. We had our own drugstore. We even had a grocery store in our neighborhood. So the community was quite functional.
Okay, my name is Hazel Dawn Thomas. I'm from Greenwood, Mississippi. I was born on McLawn in 1953, across from OC Series Station. And Blue Dot Cab Stand was together. And I've been on McLawn ever since I can remember.
Can you tell us a little bit about your childhood and growing up
Okay.
in Greenwood?
Yeah, I was raised up by my grandparents. My grandmother, my grandfather, they took care of me up until the point that she went home. She died when I was about 13 years old. I had to go home and live with my mother and my father, which had 6 other sisters and brothers, 3 sisters and 3 brothers. Raised us up in the shotgun house up until the 70s. Now when I went home to live with my mother and father, I moved in a neighborhood that was called GP. And the fellas in GP were gang related, and the name was the GP Snipe. And it was gang related, but it was fist fights and sticks and balls every now and then. It was smoke, gunshot, but basically 22. But it wasn't natural back then like it is now. Now, Maglon was the shit. Walthall, Maglon, Johnson Street, and Broad Street. You couldn't miss these streets. They run from one side of the town to the other. But 2 blocks to walk to get to the school, but it wasn't nothing but cafes on one side of Maclawn to the other. And on the right side as you cross the track, there was Ben and On place. On the left hand side, coming over the track was Mr. Diller place. It was a fish house. Yeah, me and Lucy cooked the best fish in town. Mr. Diller wasn't okay. Then across the street there was Wendell Cafe from Mr. Diller place. Across on the other side of the street who I say Wendell place was Dee place. From Dee to Long Seals, from Long Seals to Sus Dock, and there was a few signs standing there. Then there was Savoy Cafe across the street with West Pool Room. Yeah. Over on the other side of the street was Savoy Cafe. Two-story building that rented rooms upstairs. Across from there was Miss Dab. I forgot about Miss Dab. It was a store. It was owned by 2 white ladies, Miss Dab and I can't think of her sister's name. But on down the street you had the stable there up over. That was the name of Miss Dab place. The stable, because it had upstairs where you could rent a room. But on down to Roosevelt, come across the railroad, take off McLAURIN, you had some more cafes, which was Miss Elma Barbershop, Chopstick, a pool hall. You had Soul Train Lounge across the street from that. And on the other side of the street was the school, which is a park now. You go further down, you gonna run into a shoe shine stand, which is the Thomas's shoe shine stand. Then you had a complex right there beside, at the red light, at the other end of the school, it was a service station, which is Honest Gray Parents service station. And Honest Gray is a retired athlete. He's a pro football player to play with the New York Giants. He wore number 83. And anyway, you can know him by Howard Cosell that he made the remark that he called Honest Gray no hand Gray. That's what he called it. No hand Gray. But on with it, you go into the next block. You had a Chinaman store. You had a cleaner. You had an upstairs complex where they rent rooms there. Across the street from there is Reno, the original Reno Cafe. The white girl, the MLK, they claim MLK. Now, they had it backwards. She was wanking and blanking it in. That's the truth on that. He caught her wanking and blanking that up. And when she seen them cat eyes that MLK had and that city swag he had, he was different. He was a different Negro. He was a different nigga. He wasn't no nigga to her. She was trying to figure out how to make something shake with him until as young as he was. But her husband best friend called him free. And that's when the shit started. So it is. Now, most of everything and anything that I really factually tell you about him until it ain't a lie. Most of it hearsay. But when it comes to the street, and from down the slaughter, the white woman was staring at MLK because she hadn't seen a Negro with MLK swag. MLK had cat eye. He had a brown skin complexion. Then he wasn't just a regular shaped Negro. They knew she knew he wasn't from Greenwood. She knew that much because he had a city swag. Yeah, but the business is, it's cold in Greenwood now. You know, these young folks, I don't know. I ain't scared of them, but I'm scared of them. Greenwood to what it is now when it comes from generation to generation. They gone south. The young folks ain't been raised right.
The city of South Greenwood having a problem with the state investing in the old Greenwood.
Man, them folks don't give a damn.
The state of Mississippi, do you feel like you guys have a problem?
Greenwood. They stand in front. Bennett Thompson, David Jordan, all them people. They playing a role to me. But I ain't seen no changes in this town in 20 years. No more tearing all these shotgun houses down. They tearing stuff down, but they ain't building nothing. There ain't no jobs here. Now, ain't no jobs here. Ain't no training facilities here. It's bad here. I be trying to convince all these young people that coming out of high school, if you don't go to college, get out of Mississippi. Get out of Greenwood anyway. Get out of Greenwood, you're gonna be all right. I had a son to get killed down the street there, next to that building. I had a nephew to get killed over there.
Do you have a message that you want to tell the world, or you feel like the youth or a message you want to leave for the people?
Yeah, I done established a shotgun house here that goes by Wooster University. Wooster is my nickname. The house and the name on this house, Wooster University, ain't the class. I'm the class. Pay attention to me. I leave bags out the best I can. I ain't perfect. But to be a role model the best I can, say one style defense sort of thing, it's some things that these guys out here do, I'm rolling with them on. But it's some things out here, the way they do it, no, I ain't going. I ain't going. See, anything and everything I try to do it with respect. If it ain't got some respect in it from the door, I ain't fooling with it. You know, everybody bitch each other. Everybody a whole ass nigga. I don't like that. If we in a clique, if we cool, we can do that in private with each other. But anywhere around anybody, no, I ain't gonna be your business. No. We play with it behind closed doors in private, but you gotta know when to and when not to. And then if you're a law favor person to this guy over here, bitches and hoes ain't in our category. I wouldn't adjust none of my type with them words. A lot of play with it. You know, you got certain people call you bitches and hoes. They don't know no better where they at and who around when they say it. So you let it roll off, you know. But when you catch them on the sideline, you let them know, man, we don't do each other like that around people. It's all about respect.
What's your last word for the people that think Greenwood is the poorest city in the United States? What's the last word you got to say to them?
That's what them white folks said. It's bang here. Ain't nobody hungry in Greenwood. I'm trying to teach some of these guys entrepreneurship. They got their money, but they scared to spend it. They scared to spend it. So here, see a building over there? It's two guys out here right now could have been done bought that building. At any price, they could have done bought that building and opened it up to what? A snowball stand and what? And a pool hall. Give him 2 years and he'll be ranked up there with some money in the time. There's another little building over there. There's so many buildings around here that these niggas got. If you think Greenwood, the city of Greenwood might be broke, but the people's in Greenwood ain't. You believe that ain't? It's the money in this town. It just ain't nothing to do with it in this town.
Can you introduce yourself to the people and let us know who you is and where you from?
I'm from Greenwood, Mississippi. My name is Daenerys Lace.
Can you tell us like a little bit about how it was growing up in Greenwood, Mississippi?
For me, it was great. I don't have no complaint really. It was great for me growing up.
Okay, the people really they want to know like Greenwood right now. If we was to like go to Google and we Google Greenwood, they'll try to like say that Greenwood is like the poorest city in the United States. Like, how you feel about that? Like growing up in Greenwood and seeing like where is it right now and a few years back when you was a kid? Because you is like
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
what Generation Z?
Yeah, I'm 33 right now.
Okay, you a little bit you the same age. So can you just give a little bit insight on Greenwood and where is it right now and where you guys trying to go?
Well, it's still a poverty stricken area right now, and you know where we trying to go. We trying to, we trying to do better. You know what I'm saying? We've been making the community, you know what I'm saying, great by we pick up paper in the community thing like that. You know what I'm saying? Keep our area right, and I don't know. It just we just want better. That's about it. That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying? Ain't too much been around here, but what we do got, we cherish it though. You know what I'm saying? Far as just us being the poor, it's some people around here. They living pretty good or whatever. So I can't say we the poor, but we are trying to. You know what I'm saying? Up ourselves on the market, or of not being so low on the totem pole.
Well, I got a question for y'all. What do y'all want to hear? What answers do y'all need?
But as time went on, things changed. I can remember we were a big part of the civil rights movement because Martin Luther King actually came here and rallied his people. And when he came, we were what, 13, maybe 15? We walked out of school. And the day he died, they had a riot at school. I'll never forget that. But
tell us about your childhood in Greenwood.
a typical childhood. We just in the summers we would have to peel peas and pick peaches because we canned a lot of our food. We didn't depend on the stores. You know, you got a chance to play, but when that street light came on, you know where you're supposed to be. We go swimming. They used to have little programs for us in the local park where you would do pottery, and then on Friday they'd have a little dance for you. And they had a wading pool, so that was for the younger kids. And that was also the place where Martin Luther King came and did most of his speeches in our community. But it was fun growing up in Greenwood. I didn't know I was poor. I really didn't, because all the houses were in excellent condition. And we just lived a nice, peaceful, quiet life.
What hospital was you born in?
Are you kidding? We in Mississippi, baby. I was born at home. Uh-huh. I had my first baby at home. We used midwives because they had a black hospital and a white hospital here. Yeah.
People don't know that. See, we so accustomed to going to the hospital and having delivery with the nurse or
Right.
whatever that works. So when you talk about having a child at home, that's kind of like abnormal now.
Well, now I'm noticing that they are actually going back to using midwives and birthing in water. But, you know, our culture, women always had their babies at home. There was no need for a hospital. That was just part of our culture.
You was born and raised in Greenwood.
Oh, yeah. Right here in Greenwood. Ran up and down these streets, watched the city fall apart. But when I got old enough, peace out, I wanted to see more of the world.
What's the culture in Greenwood? Like, what's a Greenwood thing? Like, you only really see in something you only really see in Greenwood.
To survive, because y'all just asking us questions ain't working with nothing.
I think right now the United States, the country, the economic system is.
I know what the economics mean.
Yeah, I guess like right now they're trying to label Greenwood the poorest city in the United States.
It probably is.
And we just want some insight from people that's from Greenwood, growing up in Greenwood, like what makes this a low poverty state? You know, what problems Greenwood have, and do you feel like the state is investing in Greenwood?
Put in their ass. And that's bad to say, but that's what got me as humble as I am now, because of my ass whooping and stench call whooping that my mama put on me, which I ain't never really been no bad kid, but tough. I was stubborn, but I wasn't hard headed. My mama tell me I better not leave the house. I told her she better not go nowhere. She better stay here with me. Soon as my mama leave, I'm gone. But when it comes to the generation today, I would say the parents in the year of the 90s, late 80s, 90s, that generation of parents didn't do nothing for their kids. They let them do what they want to do. Shoot dice, drink, smoke, drugs. it got to the point to where a lot of the young people was taking care of their parents, paying the bills in the house, so they really were running the house. It was their house.
Do you feel like the crack era and the drugs being poured into the hood, do you feel like that affected the younger generation to where they really, like you say, the parents wasn't raising them right and they kind of had to like figure things out on their own?
Yeah, it did, and then the habit that their parents taught them, getting high around. Their parents were getting high around, drinking around. A lot of that. Playing the role of mom and dad. I mean, dad and son, they best friend kind of shit. Uh, Mom and daughter best friend kind of shit. It's an infection with a lot of things that these kids' parents really think or feel like it was really gonna get this bad. Because they never kept up with none of their children. They mostly raised themselves or the clique that they come up in. But I'm here for one person, man, to save as many of these guys as I can. They listen to me, they understand what I'm talking about. But a lot of them really ain't got no education, they don't want to go to school, they don't want to work. And they ain't got nobody putting no pressure on their ass. They hear me. Don't nobody like me in the time, man. I can tell you that. Because ain't no cut on me. I'm going to tell you your ass just like it is. Wherever I see you at, in front of whoever. And then whatever after that. I ain't no punk. I was raised by my parents. I had some good parents, great parents. Never been raggedy, never been home. But when it comes to the street, with my skills and ability, that's what gave everybody attention to watch me. I'm an all-around athlete. Anything, any kind of ball, sports game that anybody play, I bet you I'm one of the best at it. I'm on rep. I'm in the library. I'm down to Jackson Coliseum Hall of Fame. I don't want a Northern Big 8 state championship. I'm talking about Northern Big 8. I ain't said 3A. I ain't said 2A. I'm talking about top of the line A. What happened? What you want? Yeah. But I love this time. I leave every chance I get. I've been in Atlanta. Yeah, I've been out on PC Street, 5 Point, Little 5 Point, Bankhead.
Well, I believe you need to be asking somebody more, the people that's getting more finances. That's getting more money. You're right. I think you need to be talking to them instead of talking to us, trying to rub it in our ass. How about that?
Nah,
Just shut up. Because, like I said, I'm sick of these people. I'm sick of y'all. I wouldn't give a less care. But the point is, why talk to us when y'all don't give a fuck about what we think?
I think the country care.
I know my people care. I don't think y'all motherfuckers care. I don't think y'all care at all. So these motherfucking bastards, aka Woosa said it. But what's the point?
Okay. You born and raised?
In Mississippi, I'm 35 years old.
You born and raised in
And I got 6 kids.
You born at?
Greenwood, I'm a Mississippian. I'm a Mississippian.
Can you give us a little bit of your history, like what school you went to around here, what street you from?
My kids go to these schools.
What school you went? Top out.
Don't fucking worry about my
Can you give the people a little insight on the community and how it changed from when you was young till now?
Now the drugs changed this shit. The drugs fucked everything up, man. Everything was free until the drug came in the picture. Until the drug came in the picture, it fucked everything, you know. Even the gangs were legit, man. The gangs, they weren't even going and shit. They were legit, man. Fucked up now, man. You can't trust nobody, man. Even the gang members, they fucked up. You can't trust these niggas. Shit ain't the same, man. But Greenwood, I love Greenwood. I love my neighborhood. It ain't the same. Bad and took over, man.
You said the drugs came in
The drugs,
in 91.
Yeah, 91. They big came back 91 and they fucked everything up. The drugs came in the picture and fucked everything up. Like, the gang shit was taking the shit over there, then the drugs came in and fucked everything up. The drugs fucked everything up, man.
So is it safe for the kids to play in the park off McLAURIN? And so you've been in this area, in this community for 31 years.
Nah, I've been away longer than that. I've been here since 1991.
Can you tell the people who you is?
My name's Jessica Flo. I'm a former gang member.
Right here in Greenwood.
Yeah, Greenwood, Mississippi. I'm a former.
Born and raised.
Yeah, born and raised. I'm a former gang member. I ain't in no gang no more. I got my head kicked. It's all right.
We appreciate you for your time, Mr. Jerry.
I'm a Muslim now, though. I converted to Islam.
That's right.
The state of Mississippi, do you feel like you guys have a problem?
Greenwood. They stand in front. Bennett Thompson, David Jordan, all them people. They playing a role to me. But I ain't seen no changes in the town in 20 years. No more tearing all these shotgun houses down. They tearing stuff down, but they ain't building nothing. There ain't no jobs here. There ain't no jobs here. Ain't no training facilities here. It's bad. I be trying to convince all these young people that coming out of high school, if you don't go to college, get out of Mississippi, get out of Greenwood anyway. Get out of Greenwood, you're gonna be all right. I had a son to get killed down the street there, next to that building. I had a nephew to get killed over there.
Do you have a message that you want to tell the world, or you feel like the youth, or a message you want to leave for the people?
Yeah, I done established a shotgun house here that goes by Wooster University. Wooster's my nickname. The house and the name on this house, Wooster University, ain't the class. I'm the class. Pay attention to me. I leave bags out the best I can. I ain't perfect. But to be a role model the best I can, say one style of defense sort of thing, it's some things that these guys out here do, I'm rolling with them on. But it's some things out here, the way they do it, no, I ain't going. I ain't going. See, anything and everything I try to do it with respect. If it ain't got some respect in it from the door, I ain't fooling with it. You know, everybody bitch each other, everybody a whole ass nigga. I don't like that. If we in a clique, if we cool, we can do that in private with each other. But anywhere around anybody, no, I ain't gonna be your business. No. We can play with it behind closed doors in private, but you gotta know when to and when not to. And then if you're a law favor person to this guy over here, bitches and hoes ain't in our category. I wouldn't adjust none of my type with them words.
Saw a person's child doing something they shouldn't do.
Let me make this mic on for you. I don't want you to be talking.
You know, you got your tail whooped there and you got one whoop when you get. Right now it's on the downswing. But the city has a plan in mind for Greenwood. And it's growing in certain areas. In certain areas, they're just letting them deteriorate. So with the right amount of time, because Greenwood is centrally located in the state. It's a very good investment in the area if we can keep the jobs here.
Is the state having a problem investing in Greenwood?
I have no knowledge. Now that's a question you'd have to probably ask my neighbor. She probably can answer that. But I don't see anything the state is putting into the city. Me myself personally. I guess that's because I'm alone. But I don't see anything that's being made available except Medicaid, food stamps. And see, they got most of the people in this area are just programmed as far as they're going.
How do you feel about Greenwood and North Greenwood across the river?
Oh, it's different as night and day. As the stars and the moon. The moon and the sun. You know, you've got the neighborhoods are better because the housing is better. But now that they're integrating the area, we'll see. Because see, this is South Greenwood. They're gonna let this area completely deteriorate. Then they're gonna come in and they're gonna change a lot of these crazy city codes, and they're gonna rebuild this area, and it's gonna be a metropolitan. That's what they're doing. I'm watching them because they're not. They're knocking down. See, when they tear down an abandoned house, the city coding is that you can't build anything on that vacant lot. But once they get all the property that they need over here, they'll change the code and they'll make it so you can build on that lot. They're gonna I can't say the people are just together, but the culture I do see is middle class working Americans. A lot of them just middle class working Americans, you know, just trying to live and raise their kids, trying to keep the violence off the street.
How did you come to your faith in Greenwood? As far as like Christian, Muslim?
Oh, we got Christians here. You know, Christian.
Because you are every Sunday.
Yeah, every Sunday. You know, it's still the traditional black church thing here. The mega
Baptist,
churches, yeah, Baptist black
you
church.
specifically Christian.
Oh yeah.
Give us
just a little bit more knowledge.
Give us a little bit of what that was like, what type of Christian church you was accustomed to in Greenwood, because we was told that it was a lot of racism going on back in the day. It was like this and like that.
That's what it was. Actually, my first experiences were with my grandmother in a little country church back off in the woods. That was my first experience. That's where I started my learning. But you just had a piano and the mother would be sitting on the front bench with their white on. My grandmama used to tickle me. She'd get her a new white hat for every first Sunday. And she always hit the tail of her skirt and watch the mothers on that motherboard. You know, now the church, the black church is kind of leaning from that. They're succumbing to society's definition. So it's not the same. Whereas if you was having problems, somebody would come and help pray for you. Now that's part of the culture that's missing. That was part of the culture when I was a child too.
What do you think about the current condition in Greenwood, present like right now?
Today, I feel that Greenwood is about to be. You gotta see what's coming.
So is it anything you want the people to know about Greenwood? Because they label Greenwood, the city of Greenwood, one of the lowest vibrant parts of the country. Was it anything you
I don't see how they assume that, and we got working people in this town. We've got people with legitimate jobs that have been on their job over 20 years. We do have jobs in the area, but they fail to note that most of the people in Greenwood are the most educated people in the country because we got Mississippi Valley State over there. So you got people, whereas they're choosing to stay here because life is a little bit more relaxed. See, I lived in the city most of my younger years. But in Greenwood, life is a lot more relaxed. I don't have to worry about locking my doors and all of that. That's my young politician coming up. You need some political questions. This a politician. She'll be the next mayor of Greenwood.
On McLAURIN. I've been on McLAURIN all my life. I've seen many different people come through McLAURIN, all ages, of so many generations. But back to what we were saying, when Martin Luther King came through here, man, it was like, back then, it was one of the biggest festivities that I had seen since MLK got hung.
Can you give us the story about Emmett Till? Because I was told that he had history in Greenwood. Is that?
Yeah, he do. He pretty boy come out of Chicago to visit his folks down there in Slaughter. And I guess I might have been no more than 7 or 8 years old. But up to what I know for a fact and what I done read, and I ain't just talking about the documentary. I'm talking about in this Delta when it come to white people about white women in Mississippi. I would go downtown with my grandma and I'd be looking up at one of them pretty white girl face. And my grandma snapped the shit out of me. Tell me not to be looking at that white folks. They gonna hang me. I wasn't thinking about it. I was still looking in the face because I thought they were some of the prettiest animals on this earth. Until I realized that they ain't got nothing on them sisters, the black sisters. Nothing.
So is it true that the white man was knocking door to door looking for EMMETT?
Yeah.
Or was that Wildwood Plantation or was that Greenwood?
It was out there. It was out there at Slaughter on that plantation. But believe me to you now, they said what they thought was some spots here in the city limits of Greenwood he might have been.
You know, if blacks had the money and the financial education that they need in order to succeed in this area, it would be totally different from what it is now. But because the system is set, we don't have access to the money that others do. The color of your skin still matter when you want to take out a loan. Because the kids that a lot of these houses, the children have moved away, but they're still paying the taxes. So they're still tied up in their hands, but they're not interested in the area anymore. Because we're not metropolitan and urban, we just maybe. Every neighbor knows each other. I have to recognize them by whose kid are you now?
Greenwood really not as bad as the media and the internet try to portray it.
Well, see, they go to the worst neighborhoods. Now, you look around you, somebody lives in every house on this block except that one, and that one on the end. And this girl over here, her family has owned this home for over 3 generations, if I'm not mistaken. That's one your grandmama can answer. And with the housing shortage coming up that I foresaw when I was still employed, I just paid cash for mine. Because housing is going to be a problem everywhere. But you know what? I don't see as many homeless people in Greenwood that I do in the They tell me there are a few of them out here, but I don't see very many of them. It's not like it's a major problem.
So you was in Greenwood when Martin Luther King came through.
Oh, yeah.
during the march?
Oh yeah, I was part of the march. Got my butt whooped for marching with him.
Can you give us a little bit of the background of that story?
Okay.
Some network. Tell Cortez I found the man Woosie that I was talking about, and I'm sending him down. Now tell him to get a little content.
Oh, okay.
Got a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, he's been around here all his life. And his memory is better than mine, too.
Well, Woosie headed that way.
A little background of Martin Luther King's story when he came through Greenwood.
Oh yeah, the whole neighborhood, because David Jordan was a big part of that. He was a young politician then. And
David Jordan?
Yeah. David Jordan, he's a state senator now. But what happened, because the movement had already sparked so much attention on national TV, when he made it here, he already had a mass of people ready to follow. But what happened, most of the women in the area were maids, and they worked as maids, and they were told, if your children join this march, we're going to fire you. So we were prohibited from joining the march right there. But one day we were sitting in algebra, and one of the guys came in and said, Martin Luther King on the playground. That was all we needed to hear. The whole school got up and went to the playground. And we followed him downtown. I remember when he would come to town, he would always live at someone's house. And he lived at the lady's house, one door from my grandmother, Miss Franklin. She was a big political activist back in the day, too. A lot of people don't even remember Miss Adeline Franklin, but her and her kids did what they were supposed to do for the cause. Very much so a part of it. He would live at Reverend Black's house. I remember when we left the playground, he did a march from the playground all the way downtown. We're doing a walkout time. We got down on Howard Street, and the police sicked the guns in the water on us. I remember that incident well. I even remember the store I was standing in front of when the water hit. So yeah, y'all, we actually had dogs put on us and water, and got back home, and whoever mama got fired because they showed up on TV, we knew the next day or two who mama.
For equal rights.
Yeah. Oh, it was a cost to that. These youngsters, they take everything that we got out there for them to get and not even using it. Because we really fought they were all for the school segregation. Hey, we sure did. We had our own elementary school. We had our own high school. We were a fully functional community. Fully functional.
So what people don't know about Greenwood is it's a black community, and it's been a black community for the last 2 centuries, 200 years, or at least the last 150 years. It's been nothing but
yeah. On this, yeah.
On the other side of the river, which they call just Greenwood. Is it South? What is it? West Greenwood?
South Greenwood.
South Greenwood.
Yeah.
So South Greenwood been black owned for the last 2 centuries.
Yeah. And now that ownership is leaving. The children are abandoning the property, and once the city gets it, if I'm not mistaken, I think the state takes over too. So now they're slowly but surely gaining control of all the property in the area. Because once they gentrify, it's going to be a major, major hub for transportation through the state. Because we were once the cotton capital of the world. They stopped farming cotton. Then they started growing rice. So they still got agriculture. This was a big agricultural area because they had that cotton. Cotton brought in jobs and money.
So Greenwood was a big city for cotton.
Oh yeah.
and soybeans. I know I heard my grandmother always say soybeans. You had like a
Yeah,
soybean factory, cotton
cotton
picking factory.
gin. Yeah, you got cotton gins all around it. And if you notice coming in, you saw a lot of vacant land where you saw those rows at, those were cotton fields. We're surrounded by cotton fields.
And I know I heard you say kids was leaving Greenwood, leaving the properties
Yeah,
that their parents can have the generation their parents can pass it down. Why you think that's the problem?
the economy. Because I left, I had to actually leave and go and get a decent paying job so that I wouldn't be desolate at this point. Because see, the system, the pay system, does not keep up with the economy. It just doesn't. They don't want to pay you what you're worth. Some people work 2 jobs. Some people just 1 job. I don't see how they do it.
Spoke with one guy over on McLAURIN earlier, and he was telling us it's a big difference. It used to be back in '91. It used to be a little bit more quiet and peaceful area, but he said once the drugs came in, it became.
Oh yeah, that's why we call it Little Chicago. Because after midnight, this town turned into a completely different town. They say the freaks come out at night. After midnight, you see all kind of people on the street. And the drugs did make a big impact. It had a big impact on a lot of people in this town. They found their escapism and they used it. That Woosie go right there. What's wrong with him?
So do you feel like drugs played a big part in tearing this town apart,
Yeah.
taking this town
Oh yes. Crack
down?
came through. When crack hit this town, it devastated the whole community. Because before you knew it, it was like a wildfire. Everybody was smoking. Everybody. And it got to be treacherous. And I don't know, but I'm noticing because I came back in 2010. Now, when I left it, crack was a major epidemic. So when I returned in 2010, the youngsters killing each other was a major epidemic. What in the world? In this little old town, what you fighting over? It was crazy. It's better now. We don't have as many funerals as we used to have. These youngsters can calm down. Yeah, see the season's getting ready to change. You see that tree over there? It's turning green. There was a time in my life I didn't even notice stuff like that.
So we drove around Greenwood and we seen so many black-owned businesses that look like they're no longer uh, up and running.
Right? That's part of the crack epidemic too. A lot of those business owners became addicted. A lot of people lost jobs, so it hurt the economy. With the crack, the economy went all the way down. I'm kind of looking to see has it gone up enough that you would notice, but to me, I'm noticing it's not going up. At least not on this side of Greenwood. More and more of our young people, if they're not working from home, they're leaving to find jobs because they can't find a decent job. And most of the ones that I noticed, there are a lot of my friends my age that went back to school and have degrees, can't find decent work. So they have to get up and leave.
In Greenwood, there's a lot of vacant homes or abandoned homes.
Oh yeah.
Do you see any rehabilitation or renovation that possibly can?
Well, I've seen some areas where an individual has actually gone through and purchased the abandoned home, and they're really right now renovating, and they look nice, you know. So somewhere there's some help coming. You know, the city break down on their coding and get rid of all these slumlords, we'll be in a lot better shape. If we got slumlords just like everybody else. All they want to do is rent the property, and housing is such a problem here until people will rent whatever they can to avoid sleeping on the street. That's why slumlords have the advantage.
So that's possibly the reason why they try to label Greenwood as the poorest city in the United States. Because they go through the roughest neighborhoods and they see vacant homes, the abandoned businesses,
They see the old
drug
part.
addicts.
Yep.
They take that, just that little bit, that little seat, and make it out to be something. It really is more to Greenwood.
Oh, did your grandmama take you out there to been there to show you the blacks that live out around the city area? Cause see, we got blacks that live in what some would call the suburbs, and they're very nice. They have some very nice homes out there.
So McLAURIN and Roosevelt and Noel, that's like the slums of Greenwood.
That's the old Greenwood. Yep.
The old Greenwood.
Yeah, because the kids, once the parents died, the kids just let the property go. But they've got other lives of their own. And they don't include Greenwood, Mississippi. And who wants to keep paying property tax on property that you don't even use, you don't see? So they just let it go. The concept and the idea of how hard their parents had to work to get that property evades them.
What their parents can't.
Yeah. And then, you know, what they were making a week, it cost them a lot to buy those houses. Because I can remember when I was a child, my mother made $6 a week. Hey, how you doing? Thank you. Whoa!
Is there anything you want to share with the people about Greenwood?
We got good food, hospitality, and we have our yearly celebration where we welcome back everyone that's ever lived in Greenwood, and we call it I'm So Greenwood. It's one big barbecue. We have a ball.
You love Greenwood and you're going to be in Greenwood.
I wouldn't say that. I love it because it's home. But I like to travel. And I actually retired here from Phoenix, Arizona. So, you know, I still see Phoenix gleaming out the corner of my eye. I don't know, I may sit still, but basically I may be going back to Phoenix sooner than not because I love it. Out of all the places I've lived, Phoenix warmed my heart.
So is there anything you want to tell the city of Greenwood, the government, as far as the old Greenwood, come back, invest in the old Greenwood? Is it a message you want to put out there?
Change the city code so we can put something on these vacant lots in our neighborhood. Please make more grants available to improve our neighborhood. because there are government grants going around and you're not letting the community, the complete community know. That would be a big help. But if there's anybody out there that, like New Orleans, want to invest, it may be a good investment, really. Greenwood would be a good investment because it's centrally located. You got so many other little towns around it. And this is a major hub for a lot of people. People in the Siding, Itabena, Sunnyside, Middle City, all those people, for them, this is a major shopping hub. This is where they come to work and this is where they shop. So the area itself, with the right management, the right people in power to bring the jobs in and to maintain the jobs, will make a big difference in the community.
Hey, hello, welcome to Influencer Impact Network. Can you introduce yourself to the people?
Hi, growing up in Greenwood, Mississippi, right here at 119 West McLAURIN. Basically, fun times, running, playing like little kids and having fun. There was a school across the street, McLAURIN Elementary. I attended that from the first grade to the second grade. Everything has changed. But when I was growing up, there was a house here, my grandmother's house. I can remember her hanging clothes out on the clothesline. I can remember my granddad having chickens and stuff right up in here, had a whole chicken coop. The street was thriving. McLAURIN really was a historical site. I can remember when Dr. King came down McLAURIN. My grandmother made a big trip from water. So, this was way back, I want to say 60 something. We ran and played up and down this street. No violence, a lot of clubs, a lot of cafes, as they would call it. Now we still have people that's been here for years. Still one house, the Johnsons.
You was born and raised in Greenwood?
Yes, at Greenwood LaFleur Hospital. Born and raised at Greenwood LaFleur Hospital.
Was both of your parents raised in Greenwood as well?
My mother was. Worked up at cotton, he worked pertaining to cotton. He would haul the cotton from the plantation to the compress, where they processed it, to the processing plant. They called it a compress. We got a family. If you would turn and look on that corner, that red house, it was an old house. It's the Johnsons. They've been here for years. Walkwood. We used to run up and down this street. As a child, I had fun. Everything has changed. I can remember the lady that used to live here, Miss Almeda Mill. Another house. I can remember school teacher, Miss G. Everything been turned around. But the most significant thing is the Johnson family remain. And I'm still trying to hold on to the Thomas property. The school was across the street. Now it's a park. They changed all this. Major store. Major store on the corner. They changed that. But I was born in 1958. So throughout time, everything has changed. I was baptized when I want to say maybe 6 or 7 years old at McKinney Chapel Church by Reverend Jimmy Kimball, and that's over in Baptist Town. I'm sure the church is still there. If I get a chance in time, I'll show you the church. And we also with church every Sunday. BTU, Baptist Training Union, the youth program at the church. My godmother, Miss Lovey Alexander Kelly, she's deceased. Godfather, Mr. Lacey Kelly. My mom, she was a member of McKinney also. So, I mean, there was a big impact on my spirituality. As I grew older, I grew more spiritually awakened, see it like that. Learn more about it. So I am actually non-denominational. I move with the spirit. And I know that the higher power has to control my concept. That's my concept. So that's basically how that'll evolve. I'm really disappointed. If you look around and you see some of the communities, it is poverty stricken. It is a straight ghetto. But once you go across the river, as they call it, you got nice houses. I mean, it's a total different atmosphere. So if you put these people in this condition, this has become so corrupt until you do not have the lights on, but you have the lights up, but they're not on after the sun go down. The only lights you might see coming down at night are the stoplights, and nobody travels down this street at night because it's total darkness. The property that I own, you cannot really do any operating out of it because you have no lights. There were so many young black people killed. So much was going on. But look at the conditions.